Have you ever noticed how a simple stretch can change the way your entire body feels? You wake up, the sunlight filters softly through the curtains, and before you even take your first steps, you reach your arms overhead, roll your shoulders, or maybe lean side to side. Suddenly the stiffness of the night begins to fade, and a little spark of energy enters your day. It may feel small, but that small act is more powerful than you realize. Because when you stretch every morning, especially after 60, you are telling your body, I'm still here, I'm still capable, I'm ready to move, to live, to enjoy what this day has to offer. And today, I want to walk you through what really happens when you make stretching part of your morning ritual, not just in your muscles, but in your joints, your circulation, your mood, and your long-term health. Stretching is not exercise in the way we usually imagine it. It's not about breaking a sweat or counting repetitions. It's about connection, connecting your mind with your body, reminding yourself that movement is still possible, that flexibility doesn't belong only to the young. And the beauty of it is that stretching requires no equipment, no fancy space, and no complicated routine. Just you, your body, and a few minutes of intention. Now imagine this. You wake up tomorrow, and instead of rushing out of bed, you pause. You place your feet firmly on the floor, you take a deep breath, and you raise your arms gently toward the ceiling. You feel your chest open, your spine lengthen, your lungs expand. Already you are improving circulation. Already you are releasing stiffness from hours of stillness. Already you are giving your brain a signal that it's time to be alert, awake, and alive. So what happens to your body when you stretch every morning after 60? The first change is in your muscles. Over time, muscles lose elasticity. They tighten and shorten, making everyday movements feel more difficult. That's why bending to tie your shoes or reaching for a shelf may feel harder than it used to. But stretching reverses that. With every morning stretch, you lengthen your muscles, restore flexibility, and reduce that tight, heavy feeling. Your muscles respond almost immediately, and if you do it consistently, they thank you by staying stronger and more resilient. The second change happens in your joints. As we age, joints often become stiff, cartilage wears down, and the fluid that cushions your movements can thin. Morning stiffness is one of the most common complaints after 60. But here's the truth. Stretching is like oiling a hinge. When you move gently and regularly, you stimulate the flow of synovial fluid, the natural lubricant of your joints. That fluid nourishes the cartilage, reduces friction, and makes movement smoother. Over time, daily stretching keeps your joints more mobile and less painful, protecting you from the spiral of stiffness that leads to inactivity. And then, there's your balance. You might not think stretching connects to balance, but it does. Many stretches engage your core, the muscles in your abdomen and back that stabilize you. A stronger, more flexible core means you're less likely to wobble, stumble, or fall. Stretching your legs and ankles also trains the little stabilizing muscles that keep you steady on uneven ground. Think about it. The simple act of holding a calf stretch near the wall is teaching your body how to support itself in daily life. This is not just about flexibility, it's about safety and confidence. Another transformation happens in your circulation. When you stretch, blood flows more freely into your muscles, carrying oxygen and nutrients. That means more energy, better recovery, and even improved brain function. Many people notice they think more clearly after a morning stretch, and that's no coincidence. Increased circulation to the brain improves focus, memory, and mood. It's like giving your mind a fresh start before the day even begins. And don't underestimate the power stretching has over your mood. Have you ever noticed how stress shows up in your body? Tight shoulders, a stiff neck, a clenched jaw. Stretching literally melts that tension away. When you stretch, your body releases endorphins, natural, feel-good chemicals. Combined with deep breathing, stretching becomes a form of moving meditation. It lowers stress, calms the nervous system, and sets the tone for a peaceful, joyful day. Instead of starting with anxiety or stiffness, you begin with calm and confidence. Now let's think long-term. Over weeks and months, a morning stretching routine changes the trajectory of aging. Instead of shrinking into stiffness, you expand into mobility. Instead of losing independence, you protect it. Imagine yourself 6 months from now. You wake up with ease. You bend, twist, and reach without hesitation. You walk with more confidence. You sleep better because your body feels looser, and you live with less pain, less fear, and more freedom. That's the gift stretching gives you, not just comfort today but capability tomorrow. And the best part, you don't need hours. Even 5 to 10 minutes every morning is enough. Start with simple moves. Reach your arms overhead, roll your shoulders, twist gently at the waist, bend forward slowly, stretch your calves against the wall, rotate your ankles. Do what feels good, not forced. Over time, you can add more. Seated hamstring stretches, chest openers, or even gentle yoga poses. The key is consistency. Little by little, you build a foundation of flexibility that pays off in every aspect of your life. Of course, stretching doesn't live in isolation. It connects with everything else you do. Drink water before and after to keep your muscles hydrated. Pair it with a short walk to warm up the body. Eat nourishing foods that support your bones and tissues. Sleep well so your body recovers fully. Think of stretching as part of a bigger lifestyle, a lifestyle where you care for yourself daily, not out of obligation but out of love. And let's not forget mindset. Some people believe aging is only about decline, but stretching teaches you otherwise. With each movement, you prove to yourself that improvement is still possible, growth is still possible, change is still possible. Your body responds at any age, and stretching is a reminder of that. Each time you reach, bend, or twist, you're reclaiming your right to move freely, to live fully, to age gracefully. Now, here's something I want you to imagine. Tomorrow morning, you wake up and make a choice. You stretch before you even check your phone, before you start your day. You take 5 minutes for yourself. 1 week later, you notice less stiffness. 1 month later, you notice more energy. 3 months later, you notice you're moving better than you have in years. 6 months later, you realize that stretching every morning has become a ritual you can't imagine living without. This is not fantasy. This is reality, waiting for you to step into it. And if this resonates with you, I encourage you to take the next step. Subscribe for more guidance, because this channel is here to remind you that your best years are not behind you. Share this with a friend who might need encouragement, because sometimes the smallest habit, like stretching in the morning, can completely transform a life. And leave a comment below. What stretch makes you feel the best in the morning? Your answer might inspire someone else to begin their journey. Remember this, your body is listening to you. Every stretch you do is like a conversation, a promise, a reminder that you are still strong, still capable, still alive with possibility. Stretching doesn't just loosen muscles, it loosens fear, loosens stress, and loosens the grip of aging itself. So tomorrow morning, take a deep breath, reach a little higher, bend a little further, and remind yourself that life after 60 is still full of strength, balance, and joy. Keep moving, keep stretching, and keep believing, because you deserve nothing less.